Hello everyone, good morning.
Good morning, Vikrant.
Let's wait another couple of
Hi,
minutes.
good morning.
Good morning, very good morning.
Okay. What is the last class, Bhaiya? Hmm.
Okay, I think we will start. Before going into our actual discussion, so some of you guys have raised a request to start this class early as possible, right? So is it okay if I start this class at 8:40, 8:40 to 9:40? Okay.
Disturbance is there.
Yeah, please go ahead. So if you want any concern, please raise your voice now only. Like if everyone are in silent mode, then I'll consider this as, yeah, it's okay to take that 8:40.
Not 8:40, let's do it at 8:45 at least.
Okay. Any
Sir,
other
is it
suggestion?
constrained to only Python classes or all the complete course?
It will be going for complete course.
Then it would be nice if it is at 9 only.
Because some of you are like some of the students are starting their works at 10 a.m. exactly. So they also requesting some buffer between this class and their work schedules. So that's why mm, I just bring this point in front of you all.
Few of them from US, right? For them, time change also happened. So let's consider 8:45 also. At least 15 minutes early also, it's good, right?
Yeah, that's what I am also planning. So it is not possible to take at 8:30 or below 8:30 because our other batches is also running. So I can't take that on that time. So that's why. So it's good, I think, if I start at 8:45 and ends at 9:45.
Yes, sir. Yes, 8:45 is better.
Okay, I received that most of the votes for 8:45. Then from tomorrow onwards, I'll take this class in 8:45 only. Any
Okay,
other concerns?
nothing, Vikrant. 8:45 is okay.
Okay, fine. Then, so yes, this is all about some managing things. So let's come to our technical things. Do you guys have any other questions on our previous classes? Maybe I already shared that Python data structures notebook as well. So I hope you guys are already started practicing those examples and getting some idea like on situation we should use the which data structures. Right? Yes. So let me share my screen to move ahead. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So today again, I'm just continuing that Python data structures. So in our previous classes, we left with that other two data structures, that is a Python list methods and dictionaries. I just mentioned it as a dict, but it's a uh, word is a dictionaries. Okay. So let's go with a list first. So just a recap of set. Okay. Those are enclosed within a flower brackets and it is mutable in nature and it will not accept duplicates and it will consume very less memory than compared to any other Python data structures, right? So here you can see the characteristics of list. Mutable in nature, lists are surrounded in square brackets. Items are surrounded in square brackets. List consumes very more memory, and list have several built-in methods and duplicate values can be accepted. You guys might see some differences between the list and as well as sets, right? Tuples, anyhow. Tuples are immutable. Those are completely reverse than compared to this list and sets, right? And tuples are surrounded items are surrounded by a parenthesis, and once it is created, you cannot alter it, right? And duplicate values can be accepted. But here you can see it's a mutable in nature. It means once it is created, you guys can still modify those data structures. If you want to add any elements or remove or append or clear everything, everything is possible in list, right? And another advantage is there is duplicate values can be accepted over here. You might can give a duplicate values to your data structure, this list data structures. Okay. But in the same way, we have some good disadvantages. There's some good limitation is if you have huge data, it is not good to store your data items in list because it will consume a more memory. It means it will slow down your performance execution. It will slow down your performance. Means it will take a good time for executing your scripts, right? Or your pipeline, or your software. So that's why whenever it is possible to avoid this list, you can just avoid it. You can use any other alternatives. Okay. Then let's see with an example and transformations which we could try. Okay. Here is the example for the list. You can see all the items are like these are the items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These items are surrounded by the square brackets. Right? This is one of the good example. Okay, it's a small example for the list. Okay, once you've created a list, let's see if it is a mutable in nature, right? Then we can alter it once we are created. So here we are created. Let's try to alter it. So to alter it, what is the main thing we need? We need some built-in methods, right? To do any of the transformations and all. For that, we already said that list has several built-in methods. So let's see what are those methods. Press dot and press tab over here. Then you can find functions list, which is supported by this particular list only. Okay. See append, clear, copy, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove, and reverse and sort. Okay. So here you may observe one other thing is we have this sort method here. It means by default, this list is not going to sort any of your items. So if you need any sorted values, then you need to sort explicitly. You need to sort your list, right? So let's go with one by one. Append, I hope you guys are a bit familiar with this append. Why? Because in our previous classes, while using this for loop, I just shown create an empty list and whatever the iterable items just append it into list. So there you guys are observed append method utilization, right? How I used it? List dot append. There I mentioned I, because for I in the sequence under the for loop I just added the statement. It means whatever the I that iterable items are coming from this for loop execution, those values should be insert into this into this in list input, right? Input list input. So if I add a 10, okay, so then 10 should be added into this input list. Okay, so let's see. So yes, this is executed without any error. It means this number 10 is already appended into this list. Append means that name indicates that it is going to append the values at the end. Append means it's just attaching the values. Is there any possible to attach the values at the very beginning? No, right? Append means it is always, it's just like what I can say, attaching the elements at the end only, right? This is what it is doing. It is also doing and appending the values at the end only. So if I am going to add, if I want to add any other elements like a 9, okay, so then still it is going to append at the end only, because 9 will comes before the 10 only, right? So this is not going to sort. This is not going to sort. It's always keep on adding the values at the end, this append. Okay, if you really want to sort, because this is not in the sorted order, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, 9 should be there after 7 and before 10, right? So how we can do that? How we can sort this one? So you can sort by using sort. Okay, see the values get sorted. Again, I'm going to print this one. See, now you guys can say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Anyhow, the values are not present, and 9 and 10. So let's see any input argument. So this is in the ascending order. Like how we can do it in the descending order? So let's see, do we have any options to give some flag over here? See, you can give this function. Yeah, so we have a reverse. Okay, reverse means it is in the false order. It means descending. Actually, this is what descending. If you want to reverse this existing one, so you can just pass that argument. Reverse is true. It's a boolean. It will accept only true or false values only. Then I'm going to executing that. Now this should be in the descending order. Yes, now you guys can see the values are in descending order. This is how you can sort the values. Let's explore any other one. So clear. Anyhow, you all are familiar with this. Clear. Why? Because this we are already used in while using set data structure. So it's automatically going to clear all the data from your data structure. So be careful on this. Clear. Then copy. The name indicates that it is just going to copy this list into any other variable name. That's it. Then count. So about count also, you guys are already familiar. Like count is means like how many times the values are repeated. While using this set method, you guys are set, not a set. In tuple, you guys are all understood that. So if we, because anyhow this list is always accept a duplicate values, right? So in that case, you are, if you want to see any of the customer IDs are like how many times is repeated, how many times our customer is did that their transaction. So in that case, you might want to identify how many times it is repeated, right? So in that case, you can use this count. Count is always counts the values like how many times it is repeated. Means how many times it is presented in your data structure. Okay. So let's see the 10. See, it's only available for one time only. This 10. Transaction of this 10 happened only in one time. Okay. And then let's see. There's some of other examples like extend. Extend in the sense what it will do. So let's see what it will do. Extend a list by appending the element from the iterables. Okay. It means like in set, I guess you guys have seen that update method, right? From that update, you might attach the set to set itself, right? So in the same way, you can also extend, but you can always attach the list as well for existing list, input list, by using this extend. Okay, let's see. Let's assume if I want to add 4 items that are already surrounded by square bracket, if I want to merge these two lists, we can always use this extend as well. So let's see. One, I'm just giving duplicate values. Just 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let me execute this one. It's executed. Input list. See, it's just appended. You guys can observe that it is not that sorted actually. So whatever that it is, like 10 to 1. So it's just appended at the end. It means just we merge the two list by using this extend. So this is how you can use this extend one. And index, if you want to find a position, let's say if you want to know the position of each and every values, you can use this index and insert. So let's see, insert, the name itself says that insert means if you want to insert any values. So here we have one good advantage and good feature is that you can just see the documentation. For that, it will always accept index and the object. It means if you want to add any values for any particular index position, let's say I want to add a 15 at the 0th index position. Okay, then how you need to do that? So append will not allow you to add your values at any specific index position, and extend again, that will also not allow you to add any values for particular index position, specified index position, but insert will do that, right? So what is the very first position? 0. So in the 0th position, I wanted to add this 15 value, 15 item number 15, right? So let me execute this one. It's executed. It's time to see the results. See, the 15 is added at the 0th position. So this is how this insert works. Okay, to add the values, we have multiple ways over here. Those are append, insert, and extend. One or the other way doing the same work, it's just inserting the values, adding the values. Now let's see, do we have any other functions to remove the values from there? So we have pop and remove as well, right? So you can see the pop. I hope you have already seen this pop method in set as well. So here it's a bit different. It means you have to provide the index positions. Then the values is going to remove. Remove and return item at index. Okay. So it's just giving a -1 values by default. So if you really want to have it, you can just provide an index position. So I'm just going to give a 0. I wanted to remove this 15. Let's see whether it is going to remove or not. See, it's just returning that 15. It's just removed. Means it is just returning the what, like on which value it is removed from your list. So let me execute this line of code in another line to see the results. See, the 15 is removed from our previous line of execution. Okay, this is the one way. Then we have another way, that is remove actually. So let's see what are the arguments will be accepted. So remove means you have to provide a which value you need to remove. I wanted to remove a 2, value 2. Let me remove that. So yes, the line of code is executed. Let me run this line of code. Let me print it first. See, so 1, 2 is removed. Okay, from our existing list. So if you want to remove the elements by index position, you can use pop. If you want to remove the elements by item name, you can just use remove. Okay, and then let me sort this one again first. It's sorted now. So we left with one method, that is we can reverse. If you really want to reverse the entire list, okay, you can just use the reverse. See, entire values gets reversed. Sorted means the value should be 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, so like that. But I just reverse that entire list. So now I am getting 10, 9, 7 in the reverse order. These are the supporting built-in methods which we have for this operations. You might can observe. So we have multiple methods for add the elements, remove the elements, so remove the items and sort the items and attach the items, right? This is how this list works. Any questions so far? And at the end, you may use this clear. So to remove all the elements from your list. See how many elements has got removed right in single line of execution. Okay. In the same way, you might see some other examples over here. Any questions so far? Is everything clear? Come on, guys, say yes or no. What I should think.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, clear.
Then, so we'll go. Well, so I think you guys are now you said yes. Then I'm just closing this Python list now. Now we'll start the dictionaries. The other and the most important one, that is dictionary. So you might see some different structure than compared to list, sets, and tuple in dictionary. So, but this is we can call it as a mapping type. In the data types, we are call this as a mapping types. Okay. So like let's see how it is going to be mapping type, why we are going to call that. Okay. So this dictionary will stand apart then compared to this list and sets and tuples. Okay. Why? Because you might see the data structure like how that looks. Only it is having an items and surrounded by one of the other brackets, right? We have 3 set of brackets. So one of like each of the data structure is surrounded by that particular brackets. But here you can see this is also surrounded like enclosed with a flower brackets only. But here there is a difference between here we are not only accepting only the items. The items are in the form of key value pair. So each and every items. So let's see each and every comma separated values having key and value pairs. Here, what are the keys? So you can see the first values, we can call it as a key, and this is the value for that particular keyword. Let's say name of that candidate, age of that age, what is the age, gender, what is the gender, right? This is how the data is stored, right, in a very structural manner. So this is one of the good example, okay, for the dictionary. I hope, like, I don't know how many have seen a JSON file. So in the JSON file also, we are maintaining the dictionary kind of things only. So maybe you can search it on online, like any of the JSON file, you can just download it and see that how the data is written in the JSON files. So in the JSON file, you might see the same kinds of structure. Either you might see this kind of dictionary or it's a nested dictionary only. Nested dictionary means, so this is one dictionary. You might see another dictionary inside of this dictionary only. So this is like inside of this dictionary, we can call this as a nested dictionary structures. Okay. So there you, in the list tuples, you might see only the values, but you don't know what are those values, right? So here you can just define what are those values by using key, and the particular value you can provide it over here. So if you want to save the data, then customer data in one format, okay, so you need to define the customer name and the age and the gender, right? Here what happened, so in this kinds of structure, let's see, these all are, you can consider age, okay, age, these all values are age, but you can't add names separated with these commas. So Python is not going to understand this numerics values are age or whatever it is. So if if you guys wants to understand, to teach anything to Python, like this is our customer name, this is our age, this is the gender of that particular customer, you need to go with the dictionary only. Okay, this is what the key value pair. And again, this is a mutable in nature, and it is always consumes a very less memory than compared to list. Okay, list is only the data structure consumes a more memory in among all the data structures. Okay, let's see. I said it right. I told that it is a mutable in nature. Once it is created, we can alter it. So let's see what are the methods we have to do some transformations. Transformations in the sense, the same thing. Add the elements, remove the elements, understand those elements. This is the three things which you have to comes into your mind. Let's see how we can add these elements. You can just check the type, that is dictionary. Okay. Now, just I'm going to call this example here to see the methods we have. So these are the methods we have. Clear? Anyhow, it is going to clear all the elements, all the items, right? Copy, anyhow, you know the copy means it will just copy the entire dictionary into any of other keyword. Okay. Now, I'm just going to see this is in the format of key value pair, right? So if you want to print only the key, what are the keys over here in this dictionary? What are the keys? Can anyone?
Name,
Name,
age,
age, gender.
Yes, name, age, genders are the key, and this XXX, 100 and O is the values for that respective keys, right? So let me show you how to print only the keys of your dictionaries. What are the keys? How we can print it? So you can just call keys. See, it's a dictionary keys. Those are names, age, and gender. If you really want to print a values, what are those values? X, 100, and O are the respective keys. Respective values for the respective keys. Okay. If you really want to iterate this dictionary with for loop, that is also possible. You can just use two variable names, that is I comma j in example one dot. You need to provide the items. Items means it's just going to iterate all the items from your dictionary. So let me print the I comma j. Now you guys can see I's are name, age, and gender. J's are XXX, 100, and 0. Okay. So if you really want to iterate only the keys, you can just call the keys. You can just remove the J from everywhere. You can just execute it. This is how you also can iterate the dictionary as well. Okay. This is all about items, keys, and values method. Now, you may also find get. Okay, so let's see what does the get. Get means, again, the name indicates that get means you need to get, if you want to get any items from the dictionary, you can get it by using this get function. So let's see, it will accept a key and default. Default means it's values, right? Default values. So let's see, if you want to get any values, if you want to take any values from this dictionary, if I want to extract this XXX, how I can extract it? I have to say like from this dictionary, I wanted to print the name of the customer. How I can print it? I need to use this key to print my customer name, right? So here also I'm just doing the same thing by using the get. So here you have to provide a name. Okay, this is the key. By default, if I'm saying, if this key is not present in your dictionary, what happened? by default values also you can provide it. By default, it is none only. If that key is not present, it is going to return it as a none by default. So either if you want to change, if you want to change your default values, you can change it, right? Otherwise, what I have to give? No name. Okay, instead of giving a none, I'm just going to give a no names. Okay, let me execute this line of code. This is just printing this XXX, this name, customer name actually. Why? Because my dictionary containing the key name. That's why I'm getting the right value. If this is anyhow, Python is case sensitive, right? If I just give this as an like lowercase, if I just give this n as an lowercase, then Python is not going to understand that this name and this name is both are same. Python is understood that this name and this name is different by the casing of this keys, right? So let's see. It means what right now it should print no name. This is what we are expecting. Why? Because we don't have this key in our dictionary, so it should print this no name. See, this is printing that. This is how this dictionary works. This get things work. So without this get as well, you can use direct slicing. Okay. So instead of providing the index position, you can provide the name. Okay, you can provide the name. You can provide the name, but here you don't have any option to provide the default values. If this key is not present in your dictionary, then it is directly going to raise the error. So if you want to handle this sort of error, better to use get, or if you really want to raise the error, if you really want to give error to your customer to use the right keys, then you can use this slicing one. Okay, these are the
Vikrant,
Yep.
sorry to interrupt. See, dot get means you have to get it from there. So name key is not there. So by default, it is printing the value over there. I mean,
by
see,
default, this is the one which I'm given.
so it is saying get means you have to get that key from there for the name.
No, from the key, it's the meaning like if you want to get the values, you need always values, right?
Value. Yeah, key value.
no,
So
you-
key is not there. That exact key is not there.
Hmm.
So
Then it is to print the default values.
okay. But I
See,
don't
this
see I don't see a usage here of this. What does it mean? I mean, if it is not there, print this. I mean, it should be getting that over there, no?
So in some situations, okay, in your scripting, you might face these kinds of situation. If you don't want to give any error to your user sometimes, okay, your software should not break. But here what's happening? So if this key is not present, it is just throwing a error. It means your software gets break. But in some situation, so if you want to give any other default values, let's say, so I'm just
Mhm.
giving the no name here. It means the user can easily understand that we don't have provided any no name, but my software is
Okay.
executed without any errors. But here what
Okay.
happened? Your software is completely breaked.
Okay.
So in situations of handling these sort of errors, you might need to know like what is the default values if that key is not present. So that is accepted in our all the dictionaries. I'm expecting that key should be there as a name of name. But sometimes user not provided that. Sometimes in your data that name key is not available. Then in that case you might need to handle the situations. Your software should handle that situations. Simply you can't say that this key is not present, just break the software. No.
Okay.
Internally you should handle some of the things.
So it's like that error handling in Python, like we have that the type error or value error, something like that. You can say
Yeah,
that.
so here we are not raising, so that also you can provide it. Okay, that's up to you. Like you can check, maybe you can use if condition, you can check whether this key is present or not. After that, you can just raise a value error because this is very related to value. So let's say I'm just going to show a good example for that. So thanks for reminding that. So you can maintain error handling things as well. So let's see. You can just check for I in exp1 dot keys. Once user provided their keys, then you can just iterate if that key is present or not. If user provided key is, what is it? Name. Name in what I can say. Maybe we don't need
think,
for over here.
name equal to I already.
No. So I wanted to see whether your key name is present in your keys or not. Then what's that? Rise value error. Rise value error. Like is not present. Let's imagine what will go. Name.
I think first statement is correct for in is not working in if loop, right? If condition, right?
It will work.
Okay.
So it's just like name let's see. See, so this sort of error you can just provide it. See, name. This name anyhow not present in the keys list. What are the keys list? What are the keys list? Name, age, gender. This name anyhow it is not available over here. So that's why it is raising error. If user provided this name, then what happened? This will not raise any error. So in this way you can handle the edge cases, means error handling things. You can just educate the peoples. Your key, maybe you can use F string as well. Like you can just show user input. I'm just giving user input is this one. So I'm trying to make this logic in dynamic way. See, this printing statement is there automatically going to take that input, whatever the input which is provided by the user, and it is showing that not present. Okay. Not present. Might be you are looking for. Then I'm just going to use the keys which are present in my dictionary. Then user can understand that, yeah, these are the things. See, this name, this is the one which is, this is the name key is not present. Might be you are looking for name, age, gender. So now I get it. Yeah, from my dictionary, the name is capitalized, not an uppercase, not an lowercase, but it is capitalized. It means first letter of my name, first letter of my key is uppercase. Then I'm just going to copy that. I'm just correcting my input. Oh, sorry. Right? This is how you can handle it. Maybe you might see in these sort of errors while you are using some standard libraries. Maybe you might get in future, right? So then you can got that like how that other developers will written their codes to show, to educate the peoples in this way, right? So you can handle the errors in this way as well. Any questions? Is that clear?
Yeah, yes.
So that's up to you. If you know everything about all of the stuffs, you can do anything, you can handle any sort of things. Okay, just you need to know all the methods, all the use of those things. Okay, so yes, these are the examples for dictionary, and we have multiple examples over here. You might provide a list inside of the dictionary. Why? Because it's not like a name, like you should provide only a one values. You can provide a multiple values. You can see name of your customers or more, right? So then you can find our names are Vikrant and Srikanth. Age for Vikrant is 32, Srikanth is 38. Nationality, both are Indians. So in this way, you can just save your customers' data. Okay, you might can provide a multiple customers details over here. So you can just assume that this key is your header and value is your values for that particular headers. In your table, you can just assume from the table, you can just assume. So this is the columns, name, age, nationality is your columns, and Vikrant, Srikanth, this age values and these Indians, these values are what I can say, rows. Okay, you can just assume in that way. So if I convert this dictionary into table, it is going to do the same things. Name, age, and nationality will become your column of the data frame, and these values will become the rows of your data frames. Okay, then so once it is created, okay, so I missed to add a designation of each and every person's, right? How I can add it? So you can still, this is a destination data which I got from some other source. How I can append into this list, into this dictionary? You can always use this update method. Okay, if you really wants to update your dictionary with any other dictionary, you can use this update method and you can execute this one. Okay, so now might be you can see the designation from your dictionary. You can see name, that is Vikrant and Srikanth, age, nationality, and designation. See like how structurally we organize the data. This we can call it as a semi-structured data. Okay, so we have three sort of data: structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data. Structured data means the data is arranged in a row and columns, right? Those we can call it as a structured data. Semi-structured data means this is the one, JSON format data, JSON kinds of thing. See, so in this way also we can store the data, but it is a semi-structured. This is not present in a row and column format. This is what we can say it is semi-structured. Unstructured data means video files, audio files, image files. These are the unstructured data, right? So you can just you just need to understand the different sort of data structures. Okay, this is a good example for semi-structured data. And if you want to iterate it, you can iterate it. You can just use those methods to do the transformation, and you can play around that. So here's the good examples which I have already provided, and I have already passed this notebook to you. You can start practicing those things. Okay. So from the next class, we are going to see some alternatives for this data structures. So I already told list will consume some good memory from your what I can say, from your internal storage, and it will slow down the performance if the data is high. Then in that case, what is the alternative? That I'm going to show by tomorrow classes. Okay, so I'm just taking a pause now. If you guys have any questions, you can just go ahead, please. Okay, I'm just assuming there's no questions. So then have a great Monday. Take care. Bye-bye. We'll meet you tomorrow.
Okay,
At
thank you.
8:45.
Bye.
At 8:45.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow 8:45. We'll meet them. Thank you. Bye-bye.